Welcome back. I hope your day has been wonderful so far. We have some videos on sociopaths. I also sprinkled in a little narcissism, a few soul uplifting videos, and I appreciate you stopping by. Let's see what these creators on TikToks have for us today. All right.
A sociopath can lie directly to your face and their heart rate won't even change. Here's why they feel absolutely zero guilt. In psychology, this isn't about them being evil. It's a key part of what's called antisocial personality disorder. The problem isn't that they don't know right from wrong. The problem is that they can't feel the difference. For most of us, the idea of hurting someone sets off a loud alarm bell in our brain. We call that feeling guilt. But in a sociopath's brain, that guilt alarm is basically broken. The bell that should be ringing is either completely silent or just a tiny whisper. Without guilt to act as the brain's natural brakes, they see the world in a very different way. Rules aren't about what's right, they're just annoying obstacles. And other people aren't seen as human beings with feelings, they're seen as tools to be used to get what they want. This is why they can be so good at faking it. They learn how to act like they feel sorry, because they see it helps them get out of trouble. They will look you in the eye and say, "I'm sorry," not because they actually regret anything, but because they know it's the right password to make the problem go away. So remember, their lack of guilt isn't a choice they are making. It's a missing piece in their brain's wiring that lets them live without the emotional rules that guide the rest of us. Follow to make sense of the science behind your mind.
It's a very, very important point that not a lot of people recognize until it happens to them. That some people can look like an incredibly loving person when they are getting their needs met, when they are happy. But who are they when they're not getting their needs met anymore? Who are they when it's inconvenient? It's not that they didn't love you necessarily. They were able to present as a loving person, but they didn't love in the way that you love. When you love, you actually care for someone. When they love, it was about them. Big difference.
That reminds me of a quote. It goes like this: "They don't miss you. They just miss the way you love them so much that they didn't even have to love you back."
Hi, just checking in, seeing how you're doing today. And if the answer to that is not so good, that's okay. There's a lot going on in your life, and there's a lot going on in this world in general, so no matter how you are responding, I don't want you to judge yourself for a moment. And while I can't fix everything, I can't make the world better right now, what I can do is just offer you a moment to just be right here, to let go of those worries about yesterday or those fears of what's going to happen tomorrow and just be with yourself for just a moment. So let's just start with a deep breath in, just breathing in and breathing out, letting it all settle, letting it all just kind of drop. As you start to let go of anything that happened yesterday. And maybe just let go of anything that might happen tomorrow. And just be right here. There's nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do, but just be here with yourself. And from that place, take another breath in. Breathe out. Just let yourself take in that moment of stillness. Now, remember, you can always come back here. You can always find that moment and just give yourself permission to let go. So, go take care of yourself, and I will see you very soon.
I threw that video in there just in case you are having a rough day. Everything's going to be okay. Everything will be okay. It'll all work itself out. It's okay.
A sociopathic narcissist is the most sinister of all of the cluster Bs, and today I'm going to break down exactly why that is. Not only do these people have a grandiose ego and an overinflated sense of entitlement, but they live in a delusional world, but that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that a sociopathic narcissist has zero regard for human emotion. They don't actually feel empathy, so they have zero regard for it. And this is why they actually don't care or feel anything when they destroy exploit people. As a matter of fact, they do it intentionally because they get dopamine, they get pleasure off of it, because they feel like your emotions are just pathetic. And the more you try to explain how this person's making you feel, the more they're just going to get aggravated and destroy you. The more they're gonna punish you and gaslight you, lie to you, manipulate you, blame shift on you. In fact, they're gonna go and smear you and start setting fires everywhere around you just to confuse you, because they get off on this. This provides them with a lot of dopamine, and it's called duper's delight. Sociopathic narcissists have zero regard for human emotions. This is what makes them the most dangerous and the most sinister of all of the cluster Bs.
Say that again, Jay.
You already are incredibly successful at something, but because it's easy for you and natural for you, you don't think it's a skill.
So tell me, what is one thing you are good at? We are good at so many things. However, because of the redundancy, we don't give ourselves enough credit. So tell me, what are you good at? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.
If anyone is dealing with a really awful person in their life right now, I wanted to read the definition of a narcissistic sociopath because I've had my first encounter with one and it's absolutely terrifying, and I'm reading the definition of it. So look out for these 6 different traits. Number 1, a driven quest for power. If a narcissistic sociopath cares about anything other than herself, it is destructive power and control over people. Number 2, behaviors that seek love and admiration. This isn't needy love. It is not even emotional love. It's superficial. A narcissistic sociopath sees love and admiration as power tools to manipulate and dominate. Number 3, no apologies, no guilt, no remorse under any circumstance. A sociopathic narcissist believes that she is a gift to the world who makes it richer and more colorful. Therefore, her calculated, even cruel actions are always justified. Number 4, invincibility. The narcissistic variety of a sociopath believes she is indomitable. Even punishment and prison can't stop her. They're merely part of the game. Number 5, wholly self-serving. The needs and wants of others are insignificant and undeserving of consideration. And finally, they act as the producer, director, and only actor of her own show. The narcissistic sociopath casts people in roles that increase her power and sense of importance, and when bored, casts them aside.
One thing I would never wish on my worst enemy is that they encounter a narcissistic sociopath. I myself have dealt with one. It was very traumatic, and I think it's important that people recognize the symptoms, the behavior, because what will happen is you will become so confused in the entanglement with this individual that it starts to tear you down physically, mentally, emotionally. So awareness is what I'm trying to bring here today.
Self-sabotage isn't random. It's a frequency problem. When you start to level up, when you stretch beyond your old identity, your nervous system panics. Not because you're broken, but because growth feels unsafe to a body that's used to surviving, not thriving. So what happens? You procrastinate, you ghost opportunities, you attract drama, you fall back into old habits. Not because you don't want it, but because your energy is still tethered to the old you. Here's a shift. The next time you catch yourself sabotaging, don't shame yourself. Don't spiral. Pause, breathe, recognize this is just old survival energy trying to keep me small, and choose differently, even if it feels uncomfortable. Because healing isn't about being fearless. It's about moving forward while your body still remembers fear. That's how you rewire your destiny and your identity.
Hey, my friend, I will admit self-sabotaging comes very easy for me. And I think being aware of it and pushing through it by making better decisions, I think that's a big win, no matter how small. As I'm watching the video, the creator, all of a sudden, little memories of shit I used to do that was very self-sabotaging. Be compassionate with yourself, and recognizing that you do certain things that are not beneficial to your growth. That's a win just by recognizing it. Okay, let's carry on.
Sociopaths do not have any fucking regard for your well-being. The difference between a narcissist and a sociopath is that a narcissist is an extremely self-absorbed and emotionally insecure individual. A sociopath will knowingly use you, and they do not have many feelings. A narcissist is basically a selfish emotional wreck, whereas a sociopath is a dangerous mind. A sociopath will say and do whatever the fuck it takes to get ahead. And yes, they will apologize and love bomb if necessary. Some key takeaways about sociopaths. Sociopaths qualify as narcissists, but narcissists are not always sociopaths. Sociopaths are more cunning and manipulative than narcissists because their ego isn't always at stake. Sociopaths don't have a real personality and can take on any fucking persona that they need. Thus, they may be harder to spot than narcissists. Sure, people can be manipulative and dishonest from time to time. We all can. The MO is what matters. What the fuck is their main objective? This is why it is vastly important to know what is allowed in your lane. Get to know who they are before being like, come on in. So think about this. What are you going to ask people when you first meet them? A major life tool to safeguard against sociopaths is asking a lot of questions and trying to find their truth, if they have any. Go ahead in the comments below, even put questions that you will ask people when you meet them. All the best today, Beeb. You fucking got this.
Bullying as an adult is wild to me. Yo, seriously. Like, you're fucking grown. You have bills that are due. Life is hard. And this is how you choose to spend your energy? You trying to intimidate people and tear people down? That shit is not power, okay? That's insecurities on full display.
Listen up. If you're an adult, you would think that with adulthood, there comes an etiquette of behavior because especially if you're a parent. And if a child sees you as an adult bullying another adult, what kind of message is it sending to that child?
To being more spiritually connected. Do you want to know? You stop drinking, you stop smoking, you stop doing anything that deals with a vegetable that goes on a pizza. You stop doing that. And you start finding your middle level, which is your base vibration, okay? And you're just like, Amy, what are you talking about? Remember, everything is vibration, everything is frequency, everything is energy. Essentially, everything is music. You, your life, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, that's the best way I can describe it. And heaven, or a higher vibrational state, or higher vibrational spirits, are in the feeling or frequency of love. I don't have a better way of saying that. It's this light type of over-enveloping feeling. That's why everybody's trying to find love, be aligned with love, all of that. You're naturally it. That's your natural state of being. Okay, we're just here in the middle. That leads me to the middle. We are here in the middle. Earth is middle vibration. It is neither good nor bad. It's just here. It exists. It's a creation, right? That also means that everything that grows from it is also middle. Okay, that's including anything you eat, whatever that is. Okay, so think about that. That's also why we are trying to be the highest good and get away from bad, which is a lower vibrational state. Then there is the lower. It's dark, it's heavier, it's depression, it's anxiety, it's anger, it's fear, it's lust. It makes everybody feel very heavy. So what is the main thing that everybody in life is trying to instill in you? Fear. Why you should be afraid to live, why you should be afraid to die, why you should be afraid to eat that or say that or be that or do that, anything like that. So essentially this world is constantly trying to keep you in a lower vibrational state. So therefore, when you do things that are of the earth, which are of the middle, it makes you feel lighter. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it allows you to let go of that anger, that fear, that anxiety that clouds you, that pulls you down, because you allowed it to pull you down, by the way. No other excuse for that. And then from there, you're like, oh my God, I'm so enlightened. But no, you've just reached the middle. If you learn how to push past that, then you start going into the higher range, the higher vibrational state. And if you keep smoking or whatever it is, or doing that, you're going to tap out, because those things are not going to allow you to lift further than what they are. Everything has a set vibration except for us, our consciousness that expands outside of it. Wow, this is all making sense now. So if you are living in fear and anger and anxiety, and you choose to do this, you are going to feel like you are being enlightened. And you are, because you are allowing yourself to lift higher than what you naturally are normally at. But then what will end up happening is that you reach a plateau. You'll try more and more and more, and it won't get you anywhere. You'll keep having the same experience, or sometimes even worse than before. You may get into addiction, which then knocks you down to a lower vibrational state, and the pattern goes all over again. So what you have to do is you have to learn how to change that. You have to learn into this upper registry without any of that, with breaking that cycle, with breaking that pattern. And you know how you truly do that? You find your middle without all those things. And then from there, you sit in the seat of gratitude, of love, of joy. And then you begin to find your higher vibrational state. And then your world ends up turning into your heaven instead of your hell.
All right. Everything is energy.
The early signs of a sociopath. It's very hard to spot someone with antisocial personality disorder, also known as a sociopath, because they mask very well and they're social chameleons. But the reason they're social chameleons is because they don't really have their own personality. They're constantly shape-shifting to what they think their victims are gonna like. When you are somebody like a sociopath who does not have any integrity, you will say anything to anyone without any shame or remorse about it. This is why they are oftentimes pathological liars. So if you see somebody lying about a bunch of little stuff and you're not really quite sure why, it's because those lies are covering up bigger lies that you don't know about. A sociopath will love bomb you, but if you do something that makes them mad, you go into a splitting situation where you are either in an all good or an all bad category. And if you are the target of a sociopathic revenge campaign, they are not going to rest until they take you down in every sense of the word. Sociopaths are a lot more cunning and manipulative than narcissists because they don't care what other people think of them. They will use their charm and beauty and success to get ahead, but they don't care if you like them or not.
If you're going to overthink something or obsess over something or spiral over something, obsess and spiral over how it's making you better and how it's making you grow. Everything that is thrown at you in life can be either used to hold you back or propel you forward. It just depends on what you do with it. And the second you decide that anything life throws at you, you're going to use it to your advantage. Everything that happens to you, thank God that that happened. And now you're going to figure out how to use it to your advantage. Once you start doing that, your entire reality changes because your perspective really is everything. And energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed or transferred. So take all of that energy, because it's like, if you're overthinking something and you have all this chaotic energy, you saying, I'm just not going to overthink it, is really hard. And sometimes it's just not realistic. But what you can do is choose what you overthink. Overthink how it's making you smarter, how it's making you more strategic, how it's making you a better judge of character, how it's making you kinder, more empathetic, hotter, whatever it is. Figure out how this is going to be used to your advantage and obsess over that and make it a project. You are your life's work and you are the greatest project you will ever work on. So whatever you're feeling, mad, sad, afraid, whatever happens to you that you're experiencing this negative emotion from, realize that that can give you motivation and put a fire under your ass in a way that positive emotions and everything going great all the time can't. Use it to your advantage. These are powerful, powerful emotions that can propel you forward in ways that you wouldn't be able to go if you didn't have those things happen to you. Does that make sense?
Start seeing everything to your advantage, because it is. And realize that when these negative emotions come up that don't feel good, they're really, really powerful. And if you can start learning to manipulate your emotions and be emotionally disciplined and decide where your energy goes, you kind of start winning at everything. You know what I mean?
I love that. Obsess about everything, anything that's making you better. So you lost your job. Okay. Well, what is the silver lining in the situation? You are making a change. You're creating a new circle of friends. You're probably making more money. That's usually the case. And you're stepping into a different platform other than one that you're comfortable with. And that is so revitalizing. Get excited. Get excited about what is next in life for you. Be excited. Don't focus on what is wrong. They left you. You got sick. Focus on what's coming that you don't even know about. Okay? All right.
Who do sociopaths prey on?
Okay, this is really important. Let me talk about how you'll feel if you're around a sociopath. So we have to realize that what our mothers told us was true. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't be positively judgmental about people before you get to know them, because that's just exactly what a sociopath would do. They're chameleons. They become whatever.
Well, so how do we know? If he hits a squirrel on the way home, I mean, you know.
Well, you're actually getting exactly to the point, which is, so he's treating you great, but he is a jerk and a half to the server. That's it. That's it. You're done. That's the last date. Because if it's not, as soon as he feels like he doesn't need to flatter you anymore, that's how he's going to be to you. He's showing you who he is. And when people show you who they are, believe them.
So thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And if no one has told you, you are pretty damn awesome. You are valuable. You are a wonderful person. Yeah. So you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, take care.